Hey everybody, you're watching White Mountains TV. I'm Chris Proulx. If you're hungry, obviously restaurants aren't open right now, but we do have a solution here to tell us about one of those solutions. It's Beth Carta-Dolan of Joseph Spaghetti Shed in Glen, New Hampshire. Thanks for joining us over Zoom meeting, Beth.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Now, obviously you guys have been closed for some time to eat-in dining, but you're one of those restaurants that has remained open virtually throughout the stay-at-home order, right? So tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Joseph's.
Well, we've always done takeout, so we were set up to do that. You know, we had the containers, we had everything. So for us, we just had to stop our dining in, and I had already made the decision that I was going to do that prior to it actually becoming, you know, the being told you have to do it. It was just a little scary, you know, having people in, not know, you know, what if people touched? And so we decided before it even was ordered that we were going to stop our in-house dining. And like I said, we were set up for takeout. We pretty much have our whole menu available for takeout. We're not doing our soups because we don't move those quite as much with takeout, and it's just something that I was losing. And in this climate, you have to eliminate the stuff that you're not selling because all that's doing is costing you money. So we're not doing our soups, and there's a few of our appetizers that we're not doing. But for the most part, we have all of our menu available for takeout.
Take us through some of that menu, because I have been having a craving for some really good pizza lately and some Italian dishes. So what can you get at Joseph's right now?
Well, our whole pizza menu, and our pizzas are a 10-inch size thin crust pizza. We have all the regular choices, you know, cheese, pepperoni, sausage, loaded, all that. But we also have some really creative pizzas. We do a Greek shrimp pizza, which is basically a spinach feta pizza with a olive oil and garlic base, spinach feta, but we add sauteed shrimp and black olives, and then top it with our Greek dressing before we put it into the oven. So that's something a little different. We do a spicy Southwest pizza, which has barbecue sauce on it. So it's like a barbecue chicken pizza, but then we add onions, pineapple, jalapenos, corn, black beans. So it's a really substantial. It's a delicious pizza, and it's not a typical pizza that you'd see. And you know, we have a lot of different things, and you can make pretty much any combination that you want. You know, we do not have anchovies. That's one of the only things we don't have.
Do people complain about that?
What's that?
Do people complain about that?
No. We actually have one gentleman that when he would come for dinner and wanted pizza, he would bring his own anchovies, and then we would put his anchovies on his pizza for him. But no, he's the only person really that loves the anchovies. So, but we have gluten-free dough as well, and we can do gluten-free pizza. And you know, we do pesto pizza, where we use the pesto sauce as the sauce on the pizza. So there's a lot of different combinations. It's not just your typical red sauce, cheese, and toppings. You know, we have barbecue sauce, and we have buffalo sauce we use, and all different things.
Right. We're talking with Beth Carta-Dolan of Joseph's Spaghetti Shed in Glen, New Hampshire. Joseph's is definitely a hidden gem for pizza. And for people looking for you guys, you're very convenient you're in Glen, convenient to Jackson, and North Conway, and Bartlett. So obviously the attractions and resorts aren't open right now, but when they are, you guys are right in the middle of all those activities.
Yes, we are. Yeah. Big family spot, you know, when we're open, you know, because we're right in the midst of, and we cater to families. And we'll be, you know, we're looking at our menu, figuring out, you know, how as we go forward to offer things that people might want. I'm expanding my freezer selection as well. I've been doing stuffed peppers and individual chicken pot pies and individual shepherd's pies that people can take. Some of them you can use right from the freezer, put in the oven, and you know, in 45 minutes they're all set. Other things you need to thaw before you bake them. But I'm working on more and more items like that, where people can come, take them, pick a few things, stick them in their freezer, and then some night when they don't want to cook, they can just pull it out. And some of them, like I said, you can heat them right away, frozen. Some need to thaw and then be heated. But we're trying to do something for everybody, especially in this climate where people are cooking a lot more than they used to. So people are getting sick of cooking.
I was going to say,
So,
you mentioned nights when people don't want to cook. That's almost every night for me now. I've kind of I've been creative for a while, and I started getting
yeah,
into it, but now I need a little break. And what's nice about your menu is you can go in and pick up a pizza quickly for the family,
yeah,
or if you want to have a date night, let's say, and
yeah.
have something a little bit more special, impress your significant other. Do you have Beth's chicken piccata on the
We do. I was
menu?
just gonna say, I was gonna use that as my example, Chris. The chicken piccata or the chicken carmella.
Mm.
Those are a little. Of course, we have our spaghetti meatballs, and we have our Italian sausage, and we have all your basic, great, awesome, stick to the ribs Italian food. But we do have some items that when people come in and see the menu, they're like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I had no idea you had this kind of food here." And our chicken piccata is a little different. It's in a cream sauce with the capers and the lemon that you would expect, but we put artichoke heart, fresh spinach, roasted red peppers, and then saute a full chicken breast, and then that's poured over our thin spaghetti. And it's a beautiful dish. It's pretty to look at, and it's really, really tasty. I have people that's their go-to dish. When they order, I have people calling for takeout. Do you have the piccata for takeout? Yes, we do. And we also do that in a salmon piccata. We have a really nice piece of salmon that we
Hmm.
saute, and then we serve that topped with that nice piccata sauce. And
Wow.
it is delicious. It is really good. And then our Carmela is very similar to our marsala, except we add chunks of chicken, sauteed sliced mushrooms, caramelized onions, and that is in our marsala cream sauce. And we serve that over a mushroom ravioli. And that's probably been on our menu, I want to say a year, but it's probably 2 years. That's how fast time goes. And that it has become a fan favorite. People come and they know when they come that they want to get the Carmela, and we are
Mm.
doing that to go as well. And we're now messing with a lot of different things that we're trying to figure out. How can we pack this? How can we pack this to go? How can we pack this so it's easy for people to heat up? I'm working on trying to pack full meatloaf dinners, full like roast chicken dinners. I'm messing around with that kind of stuff right now to figure out the best way for it to be packed so it's the easiest to reheat for
Mm.
folks. And then that way, if folks want to take a couple of chicken dinners and put them in the freezer, so down the road when they don't feel like cooking, or they've got it. I pack my lasagnas by the individual piece. They're in the freezer. So if you want 2 individual pieces of lasagna to tuck away, for another time when you don't feel like cooking, we have that. I also right now have a white vegetable lasagna in my cooler. And that's vegetarian. There's no meat in it. It's made with our white sauce and sauteed, all different kinds of sauteed vegetables layered with ricotta and cheese, and it's very rich and very delicious.
All right,
So
Beth.
I always love messing around trying to make new things. So you never know what you're gonna find.
I am getting hungry just listening to you. So much more at Joseph's Spaghetti Shed than just spaghetti, obviously. You've got your
Absolutely.
carmalas, your piccatas, your, what was the other one? I need a Italian to English dictionary just to get through your menu. The marsalas, there we go.
Yes, the
Uh,
marsala. Yeah.
so if people who maybe aren't familiar with your menu, is there a way that they can kind of decide what they want to order if it's their first time ordering it at Joseph's? What do you recommend?
Well, there's several options. If they're driving by, I have a little box right out front that has the takeout menus right in it. They can stop and grab a
Okay.
takeout menu. That menu doesn't really have the descriptions on it, though. So if people Google Joseph's Spaghetti Shed, there's several places that you can pull up that have the menu. The menu is on my blog, josephspaghettished.blogspot.com. The menu's there. That's one of the things that will come up if you Google Joseph's Spaghetti Shed. That's my website. I don't really have a website. My blog is my website. And then there's other places where it's out there, Yelp and that it's being distributed through single platform. So they put my menu out there. So there's any number of places. I often have people say they can't find my menu, but every time I go in, I have 3 different places that I can see the menu. So I don't know if it matters if you're accessing it with your phone or whatever, but we're open Thursday through Monday, and we open at 4:30. So if anybody has a problem finding the menu, I'm the one answering the phone. So
Okay.
they can call, and if they can't find the menu, if they can't see it, I will literally go through the menu with them.
All right.
And they
And
can ask me any questions they want.
one place I know that has the website is whitemountains.tv. You can go to our website, and there's a link on there to your menu. So
That's great.
You can get it there. And Beth, we're running short on time, but as we go forward, you're going to be continuing takeout probably into at least the beginning of the summer, right?
I am, yes. Because I only seat 50 people, I think that the limitations on the number of people that I'm going to be able to have come into the building is still going to be pretty low. So I think what I'm going to do personally is I'm only going to stick with my curbside takeout for the time being. I think people are anxious to get moving, but I think they're still going to be very cautious, which I think is great. So I think what I'm going to do is just continue to move forward, do my curbside takeout, build that part of the business, continue to add new things to my freezer. And I have an email address, josephspaghettished@gmail.com. If anybody wants to email me and ask about like making a full lasagna for them, or they want to get they want to order food for their family, what would I suggest? I'm on my email quite often. Do not order food on email and think that you've gotten it unless you get a response from me, though.
Phone it in.
But that's another way for people to contact me. But we're just going to continue with our curbside takeout and our freezer section for the time being, and then we'll see how things go as things continue to start getting opened up.
Right. Well, I can envision the day I take my kids back to Joseph's Spaghetti Shed into the dining room and they say, "Wow, Dad, this chicken piccata is just like yours." It's our little secret, Beth. We won't tell them where we've been getting my chicken piccata. All right, Beth, from the Joseph's Spaghetti Shed in Glen, New Hampshire, thank you so much for joining us. And we wish you the best. And again, phone number to call to order from Joseph's Spaghetti Shed is?
383-6680. And that phone is answered after 4:30.
And of course, that's area code 603. Thank you so much, Beth. You're watching White Mountains TV.
Thanks, Chris.